Uh-oh. I had a glitch. I had a glitch. All right. So, yes. Hi, Ed. Hi, David. Yeah, we had a little bit of a technical glitch. I'm not sure what happened, but anyway. So now I'm going to have to wait again. Yeah, and redo what I just said. Gamecaster60, welcome. Yes, we had a technical difficulty at lunchtime. Lunchtime craziness. So, Jova and Junik, hello. Lou 1037, hello. Yeah, I'm not going to do any live. Okay, so I just thought while I'm waiting for more people to show up, I'm not going to what I am going to do is sign the remaining prints. Last time I had so many people sign. Request that I sign a bunch of prints, and at the end I left my store open while I was talking to you guys, and I had an extra order. So then I had to come back and do this. But I'm happy to be back because this time I just have a few prints to sign, and then I can answer any questions that you may have about voice acting or Juri Han or anything that I didn't get to last time. I may not be doing a ton of voices this time just because of AI and whatnot. But we can still have some fun. Your voice is great as Juri. Thank you very much. I love doing her. She's such a kick in the pants. TorFan23. Did I already say that? Okay. So I'm just going to get started signing away. We had a little technical difficulty, so I announced that from the last sighting, I redid Bad Horse because your name didn't fit and I didn't think it looked good, so I gave you a different print. I mean, same print, but different place that I signed. And then I also redid Guillaume. I'm not going to pretend to know how to pronounce that, but I redid that one as well. Okay. So now what we have is Corey. Corey did not want a quote, and Corey asked for... Yeah, oh, you guys hold off on questions for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I can answer them. So, Corey didn't need a quote, but he got some rake art. So, just going to sign that. Okay. There you go, Corey. Enjoy. And we have Edward, who also asked for rake 8x10. And are you going to keep me waiting, babe? I love that line. You going to keep me waiting, babe? Oh, I just said it, didn't I? Yes, I did. So, this is a brand new pen. I actually have problems with silver pens sometimes. I don't know if anybody else does. But, this one's going to work. This is brand new. Okay. It's actually You Gonna Keep Me Waiting, Babe, but we'll do Are You Keeping Me Waiting, Babe? So Edward. I'm putting You Gonna Keep Me Waiting, Babe. Because that's... You going to keep me waiting, babe? Okay. And then I think what I'll do is sign it in blue. Well, in black. All right. There you go. You gonna keep me waiting, babe? Signed, sealed, and it will be delivered. I am gonna mail everything out this weekend to Streamily, so you guys should be getting this. Getting your prints shortly. So now we have Brittany. And this is actually one of the Space Day is the artist that drew this. And I just love this print. It's so much fun. I mean, Jury is not really this innocent, but if you want to see her innocent, I think this is a fabulous piece of art. I love the colors and the fun. And she's got her phone and oh my God, so great. And so this is for Brittany. Oh, make it out to Brittany because it's somebody giving this as a birthday present. It's a 6-year anniversary with a heart at the end, since it's a gift for my girlfriend's birthday and we're together 6 years. Congratulations. All right. Let's see. So happy birthday and 6-year anniversary to Brittany. Is two in one. Yeah, Space Day is a Canadian artist that I got before Street Fighter 6 came out, and I commissioned her, and she's got some fabulous art. You should visit her store on Twitter. She's on Instagram. I think she does a lot of conventions, especially in Canada. Happy birthday and 6-year anniversary. She doesn't say that in the game, but I think it would be cool, you know. Yeah, I haven't explored Cameo. I guess I could do that. Actually, I'm just going to sign that at the bottom here. There you go, Brittany. Or maybe you won't see this. It's somebody else that will see this. But I'm so glad you bought Space Day. Because, yeah. Space Day artwork. And I just want to share, I don't always share this, but Sanoki, this is the artist that drew this print. And he wanted me to send him a signed copy. And Sanoki, this is for you. I love this piece of art that you did. And it's absolutely beautiful. So thank you. All right, you guys. I'm going to keep my store open for any last minute orders. But I think we're going to be answering questions for the next like 10 minutes or so. So who would you like to cast as Jury in Street Fighter live action? Oh my God, that's not up to me. They would have to find a Korean actress, right? For that. And I don't know who that would be, but she would probably have to do some of her stunts, I would imagine. I don't know. So David said it's dinner time where you are. Okay, well, I hope you're enjoying that. Hi, B4 Tide. So I'm scrolling through. So Jovan de Jove, and I can't read that, but 211 is at the end. Hi, Miss Straus. I just wanted to ask you, what was it like working on Code Geass? Oh, you just finished watching the show in May. Wow. Yeah, I played the princess. And she was young. She was like 7 or 8 years old, and I loved that role. It was a while back. I do remember Kevin was directing me. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting his last name. But anyway, the director, it was at Zero Limit, and his name was Kevin. And I remember that session because to get me into the role of playing a little girl, a little princess, he pretended that he would be my uncle. So we had this whole dialogue of back and forth of him talking to me as my uncle and me responding as a little girl. And it really actually helped get into the role because she had a lot of mature adult dialogue. But I had to do it from a little girl's perspective. So she was kind of an old soul in a little girl's body. And I loved that role. Thanks for asking me about that. Oh my gosh. Let me I'm just looking something up. All right. So I'm so glad that you enjoy that. It's really neat when people come and they say, oh my God, I love a show that you did a long time ago and it still means something. That's just amazing. So Purple Thorn, I haven't heard for a while. And she was even though that was a Cell World was a well-known series, I haven't heard her voice for a while. I think she was sort of similar to mine, but I'm not doing a ton of voices today. I have a little bit of a sinus thing. So, but if I listen to her voice, I'm sure I could do it. Yeah. But Purple Thorn, I did at Bang Zoom, I remember, and she wore purple. But she was a small role. She just had it was just maybe an hour recording. So I would have to revisit her voice to do that voice correctly. Oh, don't forget to number them. You are so correct. Yes. But you know what? I don't have that many right now. So let's just number them right now. You are right. Oh my gosh. So last time I forgot to number all my prints, and I'm not going to forget to close my... So let's see. Edward. Yes, I will. When I first started doing this, I didn't forget to number them. Maybe I'm just so into talking to you guys, and I want to do it at the end. Yeah, numbering them is very, very important. Done. I already did the numbers on the other ones. So thank you. Thanks, Ed. Oh, that's your print. Oh, great. Yay. Thank you. Thanks, Ed. Thanks for buying. Oh, I just got another sale. Okay. Welcome to the bread bank. I'm sorry. I just looked in my store. I don't know who that is, but that's a hysterical thing to write. The bread bank, is that the money bank or... So, okay. I'm gonna duck down for a second. So, thank you. I don't know who this is, but somebody else requested another Rake print. And, I just have to thank Rake for donating. I mean, all the other artists are absolutely amazing, too. Rake is very well known for doing Street Fighter art. So I was very lucky to have him commission this particular. It's actually one that already existed. And when I was at Rose City Anifest recently, I was talking to him and I said, oh my God, he had this one up on the wall behind where he was signing stuff. And I said, I love that one that said, let's play. And so he said, you want to use it for a signing? And I was like, really? So that's how that happened. Okay. Welcome to the bread bank. So I guess the store is still open. I'll keep watching it until I close it. This is... I like that. To the bread bank. Okay. Very funny. Very funny. All right. So whoever asked for that, welcome to the bread bank. Let's break bread sometime. I don't know. It's lunch. We can have bread together. All right. So, let's see. It's 12:24. I'm going to scroll through because this isn't Gamecaster 60. Blackpink in your area. I don't know what that means. I have no idea, but I'll go with it. Dan JSY joined. Oh, wow. Hello. Vinny CX. I found Viney CX 2012 joined. You're just a year, but you're a great year. So I'm scrolling through because it's not doing the auto scrolling. So if anybody is having problems getting on, I'm sorry. So Dan JSY, jury is my main. Thank you for the amazing voice lines. Well, actually, I didn't write those, but I do get to say them. So I put my own spin on it. But, yeah, the amazing writers at Capcom Creative wrote those lines. Yes. And then I get to say them a bunch of different ways, and then they choose which one they want to put in the game. So that's how that happens. Voice actor fan, 23. I'm a big fan of a few voiceover artists. That's awesome. Just a few? There's so many amazing voiceover artists. I mean, the people on the Street Fighter 6 alone. But yes, voiceover, I mean, it's amazing. You can't... It's amazing how many people there are that are hugely talented in our business. Ed asked me, what do you think of the jury candle? Well, I never got it, but I think it's super cool. I mean, who would think jury would have a candle? Like, is she sitting there meditating and going, who am I going to hit next? Or, where shall I go to have a fight? I mean, I don't know what she'd meditate on. Her eye. It would be different. It would be different for me. I love meditating. I love getting fully present before I do stuff in my day, do voice acting. I think it really helps to still yourself. So I could get that jury candle and feel kind of kick-ass zen, I guess. All right. Okay, I already asked that. Working on Code Geass. I already answered that question. Siri Yapai joined. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's a fun name. Hi. Whoops. Carrie Savage. I haven't seen her for a long time. That was a long time ago. I think she went to New York or something. I haven't seen her. So I haven't seen Carrie, but she's a very sweet lady. Arva. I can't see the rest of it. Graham, hi. Kevin Seymour, thank you. Yes, and I would normally remember that, but I am a little bit, I have a little bit of an allergy to smoke, and there was smoke in the air, and so now it's just kind of formulating. So if I'm a little goofy, forgive me. But I'm actually naturally goofy, so we're okay. So Kevin Seymour, yeah, he passed away quite a while ago. Yes. And let's see. Just saying hello. Rake, hey! I wonder if you're the bread man. Hope I'm having a wonderful day. Oh, I hope you are too. I was just telling this story how we met, and you're just such a kind person. I had such a great time meeting you. I want to see more of your art and your comic books. So I don't know if this live stream is really working that well because I'm having to scroll through it, but I'm going to continue to scroll through. And let's see. I think what I'll do is go for like 5 or 10 more minutes. If I don't see any new questions, then I'm just going to close my store and say that I'm very grateful. But we'll just see what happens. What's the most challenging character you've ever voiced? The first thing that comes to mind is Eva from Command and Conquer Tiberian Sun. Because 1, it was at the beginning of my career. So I was new to voiceover. 2, the scripts were really, really long. And 3, it was doing a computer voice where you have to maintain this sort of rhythm for not just 1 hour, but 4-hour sessions and be very zen and very technical. So diction was really important. So that was one of my first jobs, and it was a lot of lines. It wasn't just like 1 or 2. It was pages and pages, and I had several sessions. And so, yeah, that was challenging, but it was also super cool. I learned a lot doing that particular role. Maybe perhaps in the there was one session I did, and I can't remember the name, but it was like 3 hours of combat. And it was yelling, and I didn't know ahead of time that that's the game that I was doing. I didn't know it was a yelling game. I didn't know what it was till I went. And I remember somebody famous was directing me, Carl Weathers. And the one great thing I got out of that session was lozengers that were, I think they're called Golden Lotus. And he gave them at the beginning of the session. So that was a sign it was going to be a rough road. And there was plenty of hot tea. So I basically had to yell war lines for 3 hours. And I remember I had to rest my voice for quite a bit after that session. But that was a long time ago. So that was a challenging session that I remember. Yelling for a long period of time. Dying. You're planning to make your own podcast show later this next week called Malik's Creative World as an inspiration from Allison's Wonderland show. Awesome. Cool. Allison's show is just amazing. I met Allison a long time ago, Allison Packard, and she is such a super nice, genuine lady. And I think she's got such a positive energy about her. And I love her podcast because there's a lot of shows that I learned from just by listening to the voice actors and their experiences. I haven't seen all of her shows, but I love that show. And I think she does a great job with that show. You guys should definitely tune into that. Welcome to the Bread Bank. Oh, was that you? We sell bread. Oh, so it wasn't Rake. So welcome to the Bread Bank was SRIYAPAI. So I guess you didn't want me to put your name on that. You sell bread. That's awesome. I love it. So it's not what I thought. NAX joined. Would you ever want to meet Selena Vega? Oh my God, that would be amazing. Why not? I mean, what she does is world of wrestling. She's wild, man. I mean, that would be super fun to meet her. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just going through here. I'm not going to do voices today, so if you're asking me, you can keep asking, but today I'm tuning down the voices, but I am answering questions. What are your favorite voice lines that you ever said as jury? Oh, whatever. Oh, I just did her voice. Whatever. Hey, I don't know why those short lines. That was from Street Fighter V. I hate it when my toys break right away. I think that's a fun line. There are so many great lines, and actually, I still have to go through Street Fighter 6 and revisit all the lines that I got to say. Such a lovely face. Well, she picks up the person's face with her foot. That's such a great line. So there's too many to name right here. I probably could do pages and pages of my favorite lines as I listen to everything, because everything that I do in the sessions is improvisation. I don't get the scripts in advance. So sometimes when I get out of the session, I'm kind of like I just was Juri Han for a long period of time, and I don't necessarily remember what I just said. It's almost like I beamed myself into another person, and they said all these lines, and it was kind of cool. So, but when I rewatch it, I'm always amazed at what Capcom did with the animation and how cool it sounds and looks, and it's just so much fun. And I love hearing the other actors and what their responses are, because often I don't get to hear those in the session. In fact, most of the time I don't. Are you fine to do a video chat? Voice actor fan 23. I don't know. You need to check back. When people ask me to interview, it's a really great idea, and I know it's hard. I know you're asking me to interview a video chat. What you need to do is ask other people that do interviews, look at their sites, look how they set themselves up. Because what you want to do is have a professional looking site. So not only me, but other voice actors will want to do interviews with you because you have maybe a YouTube channel set up or a website or something or a blog, and you've already started interviewing people. Or you've written things that would attract people to want to interview with you. Because there's a couple of times where I've gotten things from people, requests to interview, and they're interviewing people that are not in my field at all. So it doesn't make sense that I go interview on that website. Or they don't have a website or YouTube channel and they're just getting started. So it's always good to start out maybe with voice actors where you live, or somebody that you know personally. Get to know them online. Maybe I'd be available in November or December, but you can always check in with me on my Instagram. But definitely get yourself set up professionally and use social media to set yourself up. So that's a lot of advice that I don't even know. Do you mean... Oh, EerieCon. Sorry, I wasn't able to hear EerieCon. You know, I checked that out, but they just had that. EerieCon just came and went. Unless I was looking at the wrong site. You were contemplating 2 quotes, where one was bread bank and the other was a long Starbucks order. That was the bread. Yeah, that was welcome to the bread bank. But you didn't, so I am scrolling through this slowly. No, it doesn't fit to write really long stuff on this. But I didn't put your name. So if you wanted me to do your name, that's great. It didn't seem like you did. Oh, EerieCon is next month. So voice actor fan 23, if it's next month, unless they have somebody that falls out of their roster, they probably are not looking for another voice actor. And if I saw the wrong EerieCon. So what you need to do is in the comments, maybe on this video or my last post, put their social media handle or their website. Actually, that last link that you sent, I couldn't click on. So put a short, like they must have a social media web, like are they on Instagram? And give me that link. Or Twitter. Oh. Can you pitch other infamous game voice actors to do signings too? So GRRDEA. Yeah, I mean Sasha. I did Sasha in Infamous. You know what? I never met those actors, and I would have to look those guys up. There was a great cast, I'm sure, because I've listened to parts of the game, and they all sound amazing. And I did Sasha, who is actually probably the scariest lady I've played to date. She's scarier than Jury. But I can't. What you can do is go to a convention and say, hey, I'm an Infamous fan. Can you have people come? Can you have these actors come and speak about this game and all the other credits that they do? So that's a way to get us to sign things. Or if we're doing something locally, I did sign for Sasha from Infamous at a recent live signing. So then you can bring something to sign. Oh yeah, Street Fighter 5. This one, I got it at Comic-Con, and Yoshi Ono signed it. It was really cool. I got a bunch of Street Fighter posters. Okay, so it's 10:37. No, it's not 10:37. It's 12:38. So what I'm gonna do is stay on here till 12:45, unless I have a few more orders and answer a few more questions, and then I'm going to wrap things up. Did I number the bread thing? I got to number it. So I'm just now remembering. Bread, you're number 116. Yeah. IBRATI. Welcome. So, I'm going to answer questions for about 5 more minutes. Okay, if you have conventions that you want me to come to, make sure those conventions have openings in their roster. You can always email them and say, hey, do you still have openings in your roster? Usually conventions are full up 3 months in advance or 6 months in advance. Sometimes they'll be open to adding somebody last minute, but I've been told, that can happen, but usually if it's for 2024, I'll have a better chance of being considered for that. But if it's this year, it's probably 50-50 or less that they have openings for new speakers. But you never know. Never say never. Oh, yes, you were stoked to meet me. So, GRRDEA, you're the one that brought the Sasha. I remember signing that because actually you were the one and only one that brought an Infamous poster for me to sign, as far as I can tell, as far as I recall. I might have signed something at the beginning when it first came out. I'm not 100% sure, but that was exciting. Game called Armored Core. I'm going to be honest. Do I remember working on a video game called Armored Core? I do not. I'd have to look that up. And sometimes if I was on that game, it could have been a quick session where I just had to come in and yell as a soldier for a little bit, or do a quick, 3 or 5 characters. Once in a while on IMDb, people guess, and they put a title on there that isn't something that people are on, including me. Most of those credits are accurate, but I have to revisit my IMDb and make sure those are accurate. Me and Cindy Robinson. I love Cindy Robinson. I haven't seen her for a long time. She's such a great lady. Maybe I was on it. I don't remember. I'm just being honest. I have a hard time telling lies. Have you gotten to meet Sandy Fox? If I did meet her, it was a long time ago and it was in passing. But I do know who she is. She seems like really cool. I know that I've seen posts a long time ago that she's kind of zen, so we probably have some things in common. Okay. What was the first convention I did? I think it was down in South Bay or Orange County. And I went with the producer of Meow Meow Magical Meow Meow Taruto. And she was dressed up as Taruto, which is a cat. So the producer was dressed up as a cat, and I was the voice of Taruto. And I remember going to that convention because that was the first time where we just stood there and she was dressed up as the character, and fans started coming up to us that liked the series. And I was signing things as a cat, which is kind of funny because I love cats. And I loved that role because she was so innocent, but also she was magical. And she had superpowers. So it was a story of being innocent and discovering that you had more strength than you know. And it was a cat that said meow at the end of her sentences. So who wouldn't love that role? And I remember Wolfstrain was having a panel that very same day. And I remember Mary Elizabeth, who's an amazing director, I think she said something like, and Jessica Straus is here. She can wave. She's in the audience. And they were talking about Wolfstrain. So that was at the beginning of my career. Yeah. And that was super cool. All right, you guys. Wrapping things up. Last couple minutes. And I just want to say, Wolfstrain, Taruto had an amazing director. And I'm spacing on her name right now. I'd have to go look that up. But Mary Elizabeth directed Wolfstrain. And that cast, every time I do a signing and I sign for Wolfstrain, everyone is just gushing over how much that particular series affected them, and still to this day. And it actually is a series it's hard to watch in a way, but then also it's very poignant for what we're going through today. Get some Kleenexes when you watch it. So I'm going to check my store. Checking the store. And there's no more. Okay. My dashboard. Wait a minute. Gotta close this baby. Closing it. Shop builder. My store is closed. All right. So you guys, I'm just going to scroll through here for one more question. Bye. I think this was really fun, taking the time to talk to you guys and having a few things to sign. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope you have a beautiful Friday and a wonderful weekend. Thank you for all the jury love and the memories of all the other roles that I've voiced and supporting my voice work and other voice actors' work. Bye. See you later. And now we sign out.